Tonight's very special guest, Doyle, has turned vegan. No more chicken for him. He gets his protein naturally, vegan style. And we're gonna give it to him on Rock and Roll Cooking with Sal B. We have a very special vegan pasta with Sal B's very homemade sauce. It's gonna be a delicious show with Doyle in Queens, New York, tonight. On Rock and Roll Cooking with Sal B, we have used tomato sauce in a variety of different dishes, but today I will reveal the actual ingredients on making my own special sauce, handed down from generation and generation of Sicilians. Shh, it's a secret. We have many very special ingredients. Doyle is playing out in Elmhurst, Queens. We're gonna serve him up some vegan pasta. We're gonna interview him on the tour bus, catch the show, and it's gonna be a great night. Here he is, my lifelong friend. Doyle, what's with the vegan movement?
What do you mean, what's with it?
No more chicken? What made you go vegan?
My girlfriend, she's a vegan, so she would take me out to eat. And I couldn't order anything because I didn't know what the fuck it was. Can I swear on your show?
Of course you can.
Okay. And she would order both. We'd get two different things, and we would share it. And as soon as I would bite it, I would just look at it and go, "Holy motherfucker, so good!" You know, all real food.
Do you miss meat? And I know you ate chicken as your mainstay. Do you miss it?
Nope.
What's your favorite vegan dish?
I like seitan.
Okay. Now, us Italians, Sicilians, take our tomato sauce very seriously. It's a main staple of our diet. We always eat it. We grow tomatoes in the summer, and there's nothing like Italian tomato sauce. The world loves it. All four of my grandparents are from a town in Sicily called Maranello. It's about 30 miles south of Palermo, and this is the sauce that they make there. In northern Italy, Naples, they have a different sauce. Tuscany, they have a different sauce. In southern Italy and Rome, they make a different sauce. This is the sauce that was handed down to my mother from my grandparents. Now it's to me. The sauce is the boss. How do you like my vegan
It's great.
pasta?
It's really great. See, I'm wolfing it down.
Okay. Do you always eat this early before a show?
I could eat during the show. If I had one more arm, it would be feeding me.
Tell us a little bit about your guitars. You made them yourself? You drew a picture of them in high school?
I drew a picture, you know, when your mom covers your book in a paper bag.
Yep.
She covered my books in a paper bag, and I used to draw on them because I didn't pay attention in school, so...
Who did?
Me. And I drew the guitar, and when I started to make a guitar, I saved that. That's the only thing I saved. I saved that little piece. It was so cool. I was like, man, that's really cool. I saved it, and then I was going to make a guitar, and I threw my Iceman on the ground, and I held it up, and it was exactly fucking to size. I was like, holy shit, this is perfect. And I made it, and then I called them the ex-wives, and that's when I beat the shit out of them.
Attaboy. The first ingredient in the pasta sauce is extra virgin olive oil. Here we go. We're gonna pour a little bit into the pot. I'm making a lot, so we're gonna be a little generous with it. The second ingredient would be diced onion. In my opinion, Walk Among Us put you on the map, and you really took it to another level with Earth AD. Nobody was playing that fast at that time. And
I'm on the map.
you are officially on the map. And
I think Metallica put us on the map. Not those records.
well, Metallica did a great job with your songs.
I thought so.
Spaghetti Incident, I believe it was.
No, that's Drums and Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
I took ginkgo biloba today.
Okay, we have our oil in our pot, and we're gonna turn the flame on high to get it hot. The second ingredient is garlic, a lot of garlic. So we're gonna show you a little of the chopping action of the garlic. Be careful when you chop garlic, because you can cut your fingers really good, like I did one time last year.
How about the bubbles on stage? You still blowing bubbles on stage?
Sometimes I'll come out if my hair's dry and I blow a bubble and it sticks in here. It's still got the teeth in it and it's going like this. And I'm like playing the song and I'm looking at it, trying to grab the motherfucker, put it back in my mouth.
Doesn't leave home without it.
I don't chew that. There's no show.
No
That's
blow,
it.
no show.
It's all about the
Blow,
extra.
no show. It's true. Sometimes I swallow it and I'm like, ooh, and then I start cracking up because I swallowed it.
In 1996, my band Sardonica opened up for the Misfits in Europe, and we were waiting at the hotel, and the bus was late, and what pulled up, and we all jumped on it.
Army bus.
We called it Green Hell.
It was green and it was so cold in there. We got so sick.
It was purely a trip through hell.
It was.
And then halfway through, well, they sold out every show. We got the real tour bus, something like this, and we were in our glory.
Yeah.
That was a lot of
We
fun.
were
back
sleeping
then.
on t-shirts because there was no beds in it. It was, what the fuck?
Literally, no heat.
I was like,
we were in the middle of Europe, in the middle of March, very cold,
Freezing.
no heat, and the food in England sucked.
yeah, it still sucks.
Okay, these are the 3 ingredients that we have to start our tomato sauce. We have our heated up extra virgin olive oil. Now I'm gonna add the onions. We're gonna just throw the onions right in there. And at the same time, we're gonna throw the garlic in there. And we're just gonna smush it around a little and let that simmer. When you put the garlic and onions in the hot olive oil, right off the bat, you add paprika. Okay, and we put the paprika right in there. So there's the makings of our tomato sauce.
Well, how about your band?
about-
Who's in your band? We got
Got the Wolfman,
the Wolfman.
howling vocals.
Alex, you just come off a Cancerslug tour, right on the Doyle tour, pretty much. How's it feel?
How does it feel?
There's a lot of scars.
A lot of scars. Well, you're doing a great job. I have to admit that. Let me ask you a question, Wolfman. You've been described as a beast on stage. What brings that out in you?
I don't know. I've been described as a beast off stage.
Full moon.
It's a full moon every
Full
night
moon.
when you play?
We shine a light on him that looks like a moon, so he just flips out.
No, I have to say, the Abominator record is amazing. You did a great job writing those songs. Is it true that you sang the songs in the car, in a parking lot, in the middle of the night?
Well, yeah, like when we were first working on the stuff, I was living in this apartment complex where it's like you couldn't really be screaming and stuff in there because like it was kind of a rough neighborhood. So like anything you did, like cops were just on it. So I would have to like, he'd send me something, I'd have to like take the laptop, throw it in the car and drive to like this Dollar General store down the road and like park in their parking lot and just be screaming. And so I know like all these people thought I was insane because they just see like this car parked there with this guy, they're just like, ow, ow, like fucking like screaming and shit like every night and like be like, what the hell is this guy doing? But yeah.
Well, I personally can remember when you sent the music back to Doyle and we listened to it and we were just blown away by your lyrics, your intensity, and just the power of your vocals. And
I didn't even have a microphone at the time. I didn't own anything.
He's singing
like,
into the mic.
I was singing like the Skype mic, like this is built in. Like I was just like, rah, rah, rah.
and it
was
worked.
funny.
And
It
it
sounded
absolutely
great.
worked.
I'm like, what kind of gear you got? I don't have any gear. What do you mean you don't have any gear? How the fuck are you doing this? I'm screaming into the laptop. and I'm using a pair of $1 fucking earbuds. I'm
They're
like,
like
what?
a little shitty little.
Okay, now that our onions and garlic have become translucent, they've really released all of the flavor into the olive oil. We're ready to add some more very special ingredients. Here we go. First up, oregano. A lot of oregano. You don't have to worry about being heavy-handed with the oregano because you can't go wrong with that. Next up in my personal tomato sauce is a little crushed black pepper. One last ingredient before I put the tomatoes in is a little homegrown hot pepper. Now, not a lot of people, oh, hot pepper, but believe me, I put a very little bit in and you can't even taste it. It just adds to the savoriness of the Salby tomato sauce. Okay, with those other ingredients added to the onions and garlic, we're gonna give it all a nice little stir.
Okay, let's go to Bruce for a second. Let's do that. Bruce, how does it feel to be managing Doyle?
Well, obviously, managing Doyle is a privilege that.
That's a nice thing to say.
You know, I started, teching for him for years, and when Abominator came out, he handed me the CD and he says, here's my new CD, and I took it, put it in my backpack, and we continued on. And the next day he's all like, "What do you think of my CD?" And I was like, "I didn't listen to it yet." And he's all like, "Listen to my goddamn CD. Tell me what you think of my CD." And I finally did, and I was blown away by it. And I was just like, anything I could do to help and make this go further, I was like 100% into doing.
When you get on stage, do you have the energy where you just want to rip somebody's fucking head off?
No, I want to rip everybody's head off.
Everybody's, not just one.
No, everyone.
All of them. That's what I dig about Doyle.
Now, in Italy, tomato sauce is the king. All over the world, tomato sauce is the king. If you ask anybody, what's your favorite food? Italian, Italian, Italian. Okay, so we're gonna give you Italian tomato sauce right here. What we're gonna use today is, this is imported from Italy. It's La Fede, and they're Italian peeled tomatoes, but they're whole. They're whole tomatoes, they're not crushed, it's not a puree. This is how Salby makes his tomato sauce, whether you know it or not.
That's what it looks like.
I know it's an awful big can of tomatoes, but Doyle is an awfully big guy. San Marzano is the tomato that you want to use if you want to make Salby's very special sauce.
Let's speak about the relationship between you and your brother for a second.
Go ahead.
Wait, before you hit that, let me leave.
You know everything about it.
Is it a talking relationship?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes?
Yeah, we talk.
Okay. Jerry, I would love to get you on Rock and Roll Cooking with Sal B. It's an open invitation. But right now we're here with your brother, and I think his arms are a little bigger than mine. You still working out on tour?
Mm-hmm.
Every day?
Yeah.
You got the weights in the back?
Yeah.
They break out the bench for you?
Yep.
Okay.
So we've just poured our tomatoes into the conglomeration of ingredients, and you can see it all coming together. You want to stir it immediately, get the stuff from the bottom all the way up to the top, and get them all mixed in there together. Then I'm going to show you one little trick. You see, you see the onions and garlic in there, and how it's all melding in. You have to really mix it well.
What else would you like to talk about? Well, I got something. I hear that your heart is spoken for.
It is spoken for.
Okay. And who, may I ask, has stolen one of my best friend's heart?
The Queen Beast.
Queen Beast.
The Queen Beast.
Not the Queen Bee, the Queen Beast.
Queen Beast
No,
of metal.
we all know her as
Go ahead, say it wrong.
Alisa.
White Claws.
Okay. The lead singer of Arch Enemy. which is a band from Canada, I believe.
No, they're from Sweden. I almost said Switzerland.
Sweden.
Sweden.
But Elise is from
Canada.
Where'd you meet her?
Danzig tour.
Danzig tour. Well, let me ask you something about the Danzig tour.
Okay.
When you come out in
Yeah.
front of all those people, I was at the last show at the, I think it was the Nokia Theater, Nokia in Manhattan.
Okay, that was one.
How does it feel to be in front of so many people and just screaming their heads off for you?
I would rather be in front of 100,000 people than 100. In front of 100, I'm embarrassed.
Right.
The more people there is, the easier it is to do it.
Okay. I can dig that.
Yeah, when there's a little bit, you feel like they're all looking at you. You know, and you're like, man, stop looking at me.
But Doy,
I'll
you
stare
gotta
at
admit,
What?
this was all about you.
What?
Everything here, this tour
Everything?
bus, this nightclub, tonight, is
Oh,
about
it's
you.
About me?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. It's about the fans.
Well,
Now that we have all our ingredients in the pot, we're gonna take our masher and we're gonna mash up our tomatoes. We're not gonna puree them. We're just gonna crush them up. This way you get nice chunks of tomatoes with the sauce and whatever you're eating it with.
let's go back to Alex's story for one more second. Alex, has there been any...
You're gonna leave that pasta here when you go, right?
I'm gonna leave everything, the pasta and everything. Teeny's gonna eat half of that, so I don't know what's
I might
gonna
eat
do
that whole
about it.
thing and go to bed. Like
Has there been
afterwards.
any thing where you maybe being compared to Glenn in any sort of way? Have you heard of that at all?
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's cool with me. I like Glenn.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's a likable guy if you don't make eye contact with him. But which I try not to do.
He loves you, Sal.
Yeah, I know he does. But to be compared to such a famous and talented person, that's got to make you feel good.
Well, I mean, I grew up on all that stuff. It's like, like that was my shit when I was growing up. So I mean,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, it's like there's gonna be some influence. It's like it's funny because I actually get more compared to Glenn with my Cancerslug stuff than with the Doyle. So the Doyle stuff, they always like say I sound like Phil Anselmo. So it's like, which is funny because neither one of those guys sound remotely alike. So it's like I'm like, okay, whatever. But I mean, I sound like me to me. Like,
I think you sound like
from Alabama.
you too.
I think you're very unique sounding. Absolutely.
Doy, for a second, can you tell us how we found Alex's story?
I
playing
put
your
out
band?
ads in like the East Coast Rocker, I think,
Right.
and maybe the Village Voice, and one of them in LA. I forget what it's called, Revolver or the Recycler. Or that's it, Recycler. And he was probably one of the first tapes that I got. And I actually got a bunch of tapes, and it was a bunch of famous people too. And I would listen to it. As soon as the guy would start singing, I'd be like, nope. The garbage. This is the only CD I listened to every song. I came home from work and I was dying. It was 1,000,000,000 degrees, and it had one of them CDs underneath the kitchen thing, whatever the fuck that is.
I have one too.
I put it in, and I was laying on the fucking counter, all gross and sweaty, and listening to it. And I fucking sat there the whole time listening to all 20 songs. I was like, wow, that was really fucking good.
Okay, now the last ingredient. Fresh basil. Only if you could smell this. Gonna put the basil in there and stir it up. We're not gonna crush it at all. And believe me, this is a game changer. This makes your tomato sauce into Sal B tomato sauce.
What's your favorite song on Obamanator?
Obamanator? Mine?
Yeah.
I like them all.
Like them all?
I think I like Bloodstains.
Bloodstains.
Well, you don't like it? Take your pasta and get the fuck over.
No. I'm kind of partial to. I don't think you guys are playing it. What's the third song?
Dreaming Dead Girls?
Dreaming Dead Girls.
We're working on
is I think my favorite song.
Yeah.
One at a time.
we only had one practice with Tani, so it's like we're kind of easing stuff into the set as it goes, and we've got the bulk of the record in it now, but we're just kind of filling in the gaps, sprinkling in old Misfits tunes to kind of, just to give them a decent, show.
Until he learns them, he's
and then as it
bunk all day.
Once we get them all in.
Now I understand, Doyle. The second record is in the can. Is it going to be
Everything
released?
but the drums.
Okay, we're gonna have drums are gonna be re-recorded and remixed.
Some of that hasn't been recorded at all yet.
Okay. That's a pretty good answer.
He writes all the drums on the machine first, and when he arranges his music, and then we just build it from there. And then the drums are usually like the last thing we do anyway. So,
is there a scheduled date for that to happen, or
They'll give you one.
Springtime.
Springtime.
That's a good. That's a good time.
24th of springtime.
And me personally, I feel that Abominator is the record of the year.
You heard a lot of the second record because it was on the first record and we took it off. Right?
I think so.
I think so.
Do we have a name for the second record?
We do not have a name, no.
Do you not have a name?
We don't have no art or
Very
a
interesting.
name. And
Do you want to get Robin in here for a second?
yeah, let's get Robin.
Robin, can we?
Okay.
Hey, Robin.
Robin, what's your position on the tour?
I'm the girl Friday, I guess. I don't know.
What?
Girl Friday.
Girl
Just
Friday?
I do whatever needs to be done, I guess. Tour managing and
Assistant
lots
tour
of
manager.
stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah, an assistant tour manager.
Okay, we have all the ingredients in the pot. We're gonna turn up the heat to almost all the way high. Okay, this is the critical part. Because once that sauce is on high, we're gonna wait, bring it to a boil, and then put it on simmer. There was a scene in Goodfellas right before Henry Hill gets busted where he tells one of his nephews, don't forget to stir the sauce. But he was right, because you have to stir the sauce or else it'll burn and that'll ruin your dish.
We have a world famous bass player that just walked in. Mr. Graham, right there.
Hello, what's up?
Graham, are you gonna have a dish of my pasta later?
Oh, after the show, I'm going to
It's
finish
vegan.
that tray. Yeah.
Attaboy. It's
Yeah.
really good. I just had a fucking giant plate.
I can't do it before him because I will puke on stage if I eat it right now.
I do that sometimes.
Graham, is
Or
it
you
fun? Is it
projectile
fun?
bomb.
Is it fun playing with Doyle?
Oh, it's the best.
He holds it together. That's why he's
It's
here.
easy going. It's fun every night. It's great. Yeah.
I have to say, in my own opinion, you are the consummate professional bass player.
Thank you, Selfie.
You're on time, and you have your own equipment. And I really, honestly idolize you as a bass player.
Well, that means a lot, Sel.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
He teaches me the songs.
It's amazing. You play in another band,
Yeah.
Mike
Ramone's Blitzkrieg. Yeah. Yeah.
How is that compared to the Doyle thing?
Well, it's tough to say. You know, I mean, both of them is like basically a dream come true. You know, I mean, getting to pretend you're in the Misfits and pretend you're in the Ramones. I mean, somehow I got like the best gigs in music. I mean, I didn't have to do any of the years of work, and I get to have all the fun. So
And
it's great.
It's tough because you're torn between a family business
Yeah.
and playing rock and roll, being a rock and roll star.
We gotta balance all
And
that.
we love you, Graham.
Thanks, Al.
Okay, we got our tomato sauce up to a boil. You want to be careful when you open the lid. You want to make sure that the water drains in and not all over your stove. We're going to give it one last stir. Okay, we're going to let it simmer on low for about 20 minutes to a half hour to really get them ingredients flowing. And remember, it needs to be stirred constantly. When I say constantly, every 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up this episode of Rock and Roll Cooking with Sal B. My lifelong friend Doyle. Gonna rip it up in Elmhurst, Queens, I believe we are. I don't even know anymore.
I don't know either.
And tomorrow we'll be in Long Branch, Brighton Bar, New Jersey, and then onward.
Onward.
Do I say goodbye to the fans?
Goodbye, fans.
That's great.
All right, Blackthorn, you guys ready? That's my pleasure, man. Let's give it up for Doyle!
Oh my goodness, what a performance by Doyle! This is gonna be our biggest episode yet. Rock and roll cooking with Sal B. Let's shoot for 1,000,000 hits.